Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is a match called this plus 254. This morning, I went to pick my brother from school. Unfortunately, I didn't record because my phone didn't have charger. I forgot to charge it yesterday. But we're here at our Kisi office. Actually, it was partially closed following a case of stealing by servant, actually under Penal Code 281 of Kenyan Constitution. So we're having a case actually in court, and the judgment is on 9th November. We are hoping that we'll emerge victors. Today I've decided to take a video with my junior brother. Actually, I'm the elder brother to him. That is, I'm the firstborn in the family. So uh, obviously, I'm now the okay, I'm like a father to him. So I've taken him to school, and now he's back from school. Now the problem of fees sasa nitatulia kidogo. So being a brother, and the family is trying its best. Maybe we are not one or two. An African family, parents give birth to so many kids. So you as an elder brother, the other siblings will depend on you. So that makes me to work hard. That's why you can see me trying my level best to make sure that everything works well. Actually, I've been working all along. I'm paying fees for 5 kids, and out of the 5 kids, one is in university, and three are in high school, and one is completing the primary level. Is actually next year he'll be joining form one. So I'm trying the level best to make sure that they get the best they can do, and that's why actually I dropped out of school in my 4th year to make sure that two of them complete university. Now one of them is joining college next year. I also have another fees to pay. And now we have this one who is going to Form 3. Uh, Actually, I've tried so much. He was out of school, but I tried to convince him to go back to school, and he went back to school. He's a clever guy, and now he's in school, and he's doing well. Actually, I just talked to the principal. He told me the boy is doing well. I've checked on his results. He's also doing well. So I'll give him the support that I can as a firstborn. I'll make sure that everybody in that home goes to school. So I feel like the fees has now dropped, or maybe we are now having less issues about fees. I'll now go back and finish my degree because that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm now like more of a parent than just a firstborn. So today I'm in Kisi, and we're actually trying to make sure that we 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 get there's a client whom we are waiting for his feedback, because we had written quotation some 3 weeks ago. He communicated last week. I told him I'm in Kisi. Then he told me like he's waiting for payments. Now with the rate of inflation in our country, here in Kenya there's a high inflation, and then a lot of taxes, and there's also unemployment level actually. So people are really helping each other out here. So client giving you a job, and then he calls you to do the job. It's not an easy task. And with the company, there is a certain figure that you must pay to cater for some few things here and there before they start a job. So a client must pay some money. For institution, we always start the job and then they start and pay. But for individual clients, we always encourage them to pay first, because the company doesn't run because we only have two offices. We have an office. We have actually, because of these issues, what was sales, I I had to close both offices, and I'm planning to open up again in January, because right now, well, technicians are very important now, because salespeople are the ones who make my office to be open. And I found out that they are doing some sturdy work by introducing some other company products, and then again doing some other stuffs which are very unleashing. Imagine somebody stealing over 500,000 by just he pitches client, talks to the client, and then he accepts to sell to the company to sell to him products. We do the job, we install, then you come and say the company has sent you, it has a problem with its account, you write to this name. When they ask you who the name is, you say one of the directors, or you have just been sent with that name to be written that to that account. You can imagine what we go through as young entrepreneurs, what we go through as young companies, and then uh, the money is written to in favor of that sales representative, and then the money is squandered just like that, and you lose a lot of money. You can imagine a young company like mine recovering over 500,000, 642,000. So recently we forgave the boy, and then we agreed, and he signed papers to that he's going to compensate money. But now he said that because it's now 1.5 years, he will pay half the amount. So he signed papers, and then I allowed him back to work, because he was really struggling out there, and because of having a heart of helping people, and he was also working well. I cannot deny that. So I accepted him back. So right now I'm preparing to go on Monday, because we have to go with the DCI. We wrote statement, but it was not as per the standard of the DCI. So we are going on Monday to the to three clans. Actually, there are three clans whom we have found out that there is money upfront, which was taken. You see, there are small jobs where we just do the jobs, and then the clients pay um, once we are done. But right now we are emphasizing on clients to pay a certain percentage before we do the job, because some of them, because we are a young company, they are taking advantage of us. And then when we finish the job, you start struggling. You use a lot of money for transport to go and just look for that one client to pay you. Actually, it's very difficult for us. You can imagine me taking 500 shillings, Kenyan money, that is around $3. Like now, $3 to and fro, that is $6, just to go and ask client to pay money, or maybe call him using my airtime. So you see, it's quite expensive to run a company, and it's also quite hard to maintain the company. So for us to remain relevant at our workplaces and our job, I'm forced to make sure that everything runs as per the company requirement. So I'm here at our Kisii office, around Kisii Kilgoris Road. It's now closed, and I'm planning not even to open until January, because I'm facing some constraints here and there, and so many clients have not paid, especially the institutions. I was here to finish up on a job for an institution. Unfortunately, they didn't tell me that they don't have money. So after seeing Mara, my technicians were working, and I want to tell you that I didn't even have a phone. My phone had crashed. It fell from second floor. It was first floor actually. We were installing a lamp. Yeah, we were installing a lamp. Yes, 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 yes. So it fell from a second floor to 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 the ground, and then it crashed. But I thank God that it didn't crash that much. I'll maybe put here a photo of the phone. So I was forced to buy another phone, because now I thought I was trying to figure out that I wanted to buy another type of phone, but the dealer told me that the phones have not. So I saw he is delaying me, and maybe I wanted to visit Maro again, and maybe I cannot go with such a phone to see Maro again, and then decided to get another phone. Otherwise, as I was telling you, the issue of solar floodlights and solar street light that was installed and then it fell. Actually, we finished the job. We have not been paid. Now Kenya schools are closing. Exams are starting. The final national exams are starting for the Form 4s and the primary section, the KCSE and the KCPE. They only have the grade 6 students. So all those institutions have like uh, how many? 13, 15 institutions. Actually 16. 16 institutions have not paid as we speak. So it's just a tactical way of surviving. We are trying our best, and when we know that in when it comes when first come comes, maybe we shall also enjoy because we have tried enough to be patient. Clients sometimes anaweza kosa kuelewa. He can miss to understand actually because they don't know problems you're going through. You cannot go telling your clients what you're going through uh, to be given your money. But you see, when they tell you that the government has not sent enough money to fund even extra projects, they're just surviving with the money to buy what the students will eat. Now you can imagine somebody telling you, have just finished the job, and then he tells you, Boniface, we had a problem with the blackouts, and right now, because of rains and fluctuation of electricity in our area, we won't have told you that we don't have money. That's why we insisted that you finish the job as we process the check. Some of them will even tell you that the chairman is in Nairobi and the money has not been paid. The money cannot be said. Checks cannot be signed without chairman knowing. So the checks have been sent to Nairobi. When you finish the job, they now tell you, Boniface, we'll just give you transport and you'll give us time. Somebody tells you like we have asked for the committee to come. We want to change money. We want to move money from this account to this account so that we can pay your company. And then you're like, okay, let me wait. And because as a young company, we know there is tomorrow, we ought to understand because it's an institution. But for individual clients, we don't allow because this a school cannot move away because they write LPOs, local purchase order. So when you go with that local purchase order, maybe they have failed to pay, you'll still go to the sub-count offices or maybe education offices at the count or sub-count level, and then you'll seek refuge from there. Maybe finally you get paid. We also have cases where like one of the school's principal passed away. We are yet to get our money, which has stayed for over 2 years. I also have a client whom we have even taken him to. I've just I've just looked for a way of getting my money, and then seek advice from my legal team. As a company, we also have to have your legal team, that is an advocate of a high court, so that when you have issues, you go seek advice from him, and again also seek legal advice, and then at the same time also you you use them to write to them letters to ask for the payments. If they don't respond, you now take them to court or maybe report them to the authorities. Some of them also report them to the Ministry of Education so that they pay us. But actually, the individual clients have made us to survive. I want to thank anybody whom we have installed to solar system. Somebody tells you, Boniface, I want a system that can run my TV. I want the system that can run my TV, maybe 3-bedroom house, one maybe the balcony and other areas. Those are the clients that have made our company to survive. Otherwise, we also thank the institutions that have actually gave us the jobs and paid us in time. We are really and we are highly grateful. Others were really struggling as a young company. We are actually making sure that we deliver. And the problem is our clients. You can see now we have to wait for another 2 months for the institutions to pay. I also have individual clients. I had even a lecturer somewhere. We went a distance. We He took me for a job. Actually, that place is around 300 kilometers. 300 kilometers, and I was working in an institution in was it Homa Bay. Then he just called me, told me a friend of mine has told me, and I'm a lecturer so and so. Can you come to my place and see? So we went there, did quotation, finished up the quotation. I took, I wrote the quotation in written, gave him to look at it, figure out if it can work. He told me to lower some things. I worked on the quotation again. We did the job, but actually he delayed to pay, and I really learned from that because that one was the third client I was working with, especially the individual client. So I just learned that for us to work well, because I worked for other four of them. This the fifth. There's a fifth one that we just did 1 week ago. We installed the floodlights, but for those ones with solar system, actually they always pay around, if if not least, it's always around 80%. For the floodlights, they should buy the lamp. If they want the installation part, we come and do. Otherwise, we are hoping to start well by 2024. Actually, it's October and I'm talking about 2024. It's because I want to work on my management skills. I want to take a break. I want to take a break just to get some knowledge about management, and also want to have an expertise and on some other things to do with the solar. So I'll take my time on better part of November because I'm just receiving my siblings from schools, and then I always give them exams. I want to know where they are. I also mark their exams sometimes when I get time. So otherwise, I have some friends who are teachers whom we have been with in high school. So sometimes I take to them. Some of them, some are even my friends whom we just we just need it. So I just take exams to them. They mark for me, and then they tell me this kid needs this kid needs this, and then I come and advise them accordingly. Otherwise, we are trying our best. You know, being partially a parent to your juniors. Uh, Later on, when they succeed in life, when you are old, they'll be able to tell my kids that your father was very responsible. That's why I'm driving this. And that's why I always try my best to make sure that our family prospers and these people get what it takes. I don't want somebody to say, Boniface, you had the opportunity to help us, and you ignored the whole family and you started your own company and you just left everybody and you went you went and did your things. You have your homes, you have your flats, you have your good houses and vehicles, and somebody says like you just left them to struggle with life with their parents. And my parents have also struggled, having we're more than eight. Mm. A father having 10 kids, you can imagine a number of 10 kids. So as somebody whom I understand where we have come from, I want us to grow together. And that's why I'm making sure that before I do anything, my family comes first, and I'm making sure that I'll receive all of them. I'll go check on others because some of them I've sent them to my sister, because I don't allow them to stay at my home, because people want to know how they are doing. They with African setting, we don't believe in keeping students mostly at our rural areas. It's always unsafe. They also engage in activities like disco matanga, going to the funerals and visiting their junior peers whom they were they were in the junior schools. So they also learned some bad characters. So we always encourage them to stay with us. We are young, and you see, with our parents now, they are old enough. They don't even have time to look for these junior guys where they have gone, where they are heading to. eh. So we as people who know the modern society, this guy can, you see, like this young man, he can lie to my dad. You see, he can lie to my dad, but for me, he cannot lie to me. You see, because I know everything about the world of today. My parents, like my dad is almost retiring. So you can imagine somebody who went to school in 1980. eh? Somebody who finished school in 1983, 84. You are telling me somebody finished Form 6 in 1986. You want to tell me that he will be able to understand somebody who is almost finishing school this 2020 2024. eh? So you can see the technology has changed so many things the parents cannot understand. So for us who are in the limelight, we have to stay with them and make sure we advise them. If they have problems, we can them. We make sure that they are disciplined. We make sure, in fact, if somebody has a problem in school, they even don't want me to go there because they know when Bonnie drives there or when Bonnie goes there, when Boniface just reach our school, we are done. So I always make sure that these people get the best, and I'll continue doing the same. And I want to make sure that my company also thrives, and that's why I've said I'm going to take a break, visit several companies. I'll also even visit my sponsors, talk to them. I'll also want to visit other companies to get more knowledge about management. I'll just try my best to make sure that this company come the new year, we'll be having so many things being worked out. My website, I'm planning to work on it between December and January, end of January or late December. I'll be working on my website, God willing. I'll also be working on my on my new journey. We have not been installing water pumps or flat solar water pumps, but I don't like to buy just things from retails. No, I buy things to my company. Like I always make sure that the things brought to the company are from maybe direct imports. So we are trying our best to make sure that we have our company install solar water pumps. We have actually installed, but I was disappointed. The first installation for the solar water pump was good, but now for the second one, it really disappointed me. It failed after 3 months. And if you have set a record, and it was actually an institution that have given me a job, that was the third time. And then he says, Boniface, why did you bring us a product that will not work with us? And it's a primary want for the school. That's why we gave you the opportunity. You can imagine, and maybe you have been given 300,000 to install such a thing, or maybe 500,000. Actually, it was not a big pump, so we installed it with around 354. Not 300, no, no, 354. It was the whole project because we were adding some lights, some other parts, but the water pump itself was for around 184,000. So 384, 200 was for the lights. So we added lights, installed a solar water pump, and then the pump didn't work well. So I was forced to replace the pump because the warrant was still on, because we always give our clients for the lights. We have lights for 2 years, lights for 3 years. That is warranties. We didn't have lights for 1 year. We even have lights for 6 months. But now for those ones for 6 months, we have actually decided to leave to the stocks. When the stocks were finished, got finished, I decided to not to market them because I see them failing my clients, even if they want cheap things. But I will not be giving out products that have 6 months warranty. Even those ones for 1 year. Next year I'll not be having them. Actually, I have good reputation with so many schools. I have good reputation with so many institutions. I have good reputation with over ten individual clients who have whom I have installed solar systems. I've installed solar lights. Yeah. So most of the clients who know me, they know me as a solar guy. And you see, tarnishing my name by saying that boy akikupatia kitu, when he give you anything, it always fail. I don't like that. Actually, I'm not a liar because in the region I come from, we are very hardworking people. The region I come from, the western part of Kenya, those people are good for labor. I can promise you. For those who are watching and you have a friend who ask him where he comes from. If he tells you he comes from Western Kenya, those people don't joke with work. And if they give, they always make sure they give the best. We are not con. We try our best to make sure that our clients get the best of the best in market. And that's why you can see me as I'm speaking here. There's a client who has told me if you go back to Nairobi, you'll not be able to do my job. Give me some time. So I've decided to stay here in Kisii till November. Part of the waiting will be in waiting for the client to give us way forward next week because he told me the bank is working on certain amount of money he has borrowed, and once the money is deposited in the account, he'll be able to call us to start the job. It's just a small job. We're working in his house for his house because the place he stays there is no electricity, and we installed for him a floodlight. And now we floodlights, solar floodlights actually. And now he wants to install a solar system inside so that it serves his mother who is very aged, and his family too, because the family stays in a rural home. He works in town. Yeah, so we talked, and he told me to wait. So I'm just waiting here at our up here in Kisii. Once we finish up with him, I will now be able to travel back. I will now start my journey of knowing more about management, accountability on some certain issues. Now as a young CEO or a young director, there are some things I need to acquire from the seniors. So for me to thrive well in my business, I'm required to go and benchmark in several companies because I just started the job after school, and I did not do any benchmarking. I just started the job by wanting to know how it works, looking for technicians, looking for salespeople. So I saw now my salespeople have catched up because of the meetings every morning and maybe end month reports. So everybody wanted to make sure that he has good commissions, good salaries at the end of the day because the commissions and salaries combined. And then I decided to just kick off. But finally, I've just decided that I require more knowledge about management because I've just decided to fire all the sales representatives, and then my two technicians, my three actually, because I have a fabricator also. My two technicians, and then the welding guy, that is those who fabricate solar poles, are the ones now whom I have on board. But the best thing with them, we don't work monthly. They come and work, and then once they finish the job, they go back. So that's how we work because I'm still planning on how we will pay them. And you see, with the labor rules and what, you have to look for a way. But for the salespeople, they work on commissions, and then because of the there's that statutory amount that we give them, which act as a compensation for travels and compensation for, and also to have something small. They can pay rent and have food, but most of the pay is for commissions. So that's what we are doing as per now, and I'm hoping that in the near future, I'm going to successfully run the job well. Otherwise, this year has not been that much good for me because of a lot of stealing. We have lost over a million, over a million shilling, over a million Kenyan money. Yeah, and that money has gone into my different people's pocket. I didn't know that somebody can just go to a client and then say he wants, you have been sent to be given the money, and then he just given, then he says money should be in cash because the company has said it's having issues. So everybody learned. You can imagine 7 people. It was it's 6 people. 6 people have done same to my company, and one who was notorious is the one who is now reprimanded. And then we decided to talk to other guys because they are next of kin to our job. So we talked to them and they said we give them time, starting around November. Some of them January they'll start paying because they're having issues of fee. So like right now, most of the parents are struggling to pay fees. So I had to understand because I'm also passing through that. I'm struggling to pay my brothers and my sisters fee. So I didn't want to strain them because they didn't steal from me. It's their kids. So I just decided to give them time. They'll start paying, making some. We decided under formally, and then they agreed. They signed, and then we said. Some of them said they start November once the students close schools. Some of them said they start in the beginning, at the middle of from 15th January. They'll start making payments. Otherwise, like as I speak, we as a company we are in losses, but we are praying to God that we are going to recover the losses. I'm also hoping that the company will retrieve, will actually will actually work work well. We are very much hopeful. We are actually very much hopeful, and my journey has begun to make sure that this company is all over the country. That is my prayer. We only have 2 offices which are officially working because the Kisii office serves the whole of Western Kenya and part of Rift Valley. That is South Rift. And then we have a Nairobi office which is general. It also works. We also work in Central and parts of Coast. And then that is Nairobi office serves. And you can imagine I'm the only person there who is managing this whole thing, and he also inspecting all the jobs that have been done, also making sure that materials have reached all the sites. So I'm really trying my best because I have no capital that I can say I want to employ a manager or maybe a supervisor apart from the sales team, because the sales team, it's like they are also bringing their own salaries on board. Because if you're paying somebody like, let's say, a salary of 15 to 20,000, that is manageable, and then the commission comes in, he's getting around 30, 40. On a good month he gets, even some of them have even gone to 80,000 on a good month. So you see, that one is manageable because this person is bringing something. But now, because I've learned a lesson that it requires a manager actually or a supervisor who will be going to various places to check everything, and you are there to check on accountability of everything. Once the supervisor has done this and that, I also need how not to know how to run these people, because by next year, inshallah, I'll be making sure that we employ several guys and make sure that these people work well with the company, and also give the best. Actually, give the best. Yeah. So let's hope that we'll catch up again when I'm going for an adventure today with my brother just to walk around. Because it's too rainy, and I fear I'm not used to these cold areas. Yeah, like Nairobi right now is hot, so and in Kisii we are straining a lot with the rains. Every like right now it's actually almost noon, but it's almost raining. Mm. So before it rains, maybe I'll walk in some parts of the county and see what we can do. Actually, guys, we actually have products for those guys who are in Kenya and maybe those ones who are abroad, and maybe they have people who are in Kenya. We are still working because I've just said I've sent away my salespeople because those of most of them they are we like because they were seven. One would remain in office, another one and the six would go to the field, so they would exchange duties. So you'll be like we were doing that to cut cost on maybe to employ secretary or what because when I want quotations I do them myself. I do the quotations, I type, and then we take to our clients. So right now we are striving to make sure that we have the secretaries and the supervisor, and then also employ the sales rep. So hopefully the January payments, I'm sure it will be good money because we are collecting money from around 15 schools, and they're also waiting for like one individual client who has not fully paid his money, and he pledged to pay in December. So by January it will work for us. I'm sure it will work for us for the jobs we have done to several schools. And I'm actually sorry that I had no mind of posting videos. So I had just photos. I have just some few photos again. I had that phobia of taking pictures and in public places. Like you see, I even don't know if schools or even an individual client can allow me to take a video at his place, or maybe a school allow me to take a video in school, or maybe allow me to take pictures. I've never taken pictures that that much, except for a few big schools like KC School and KC School and which school again? There's a school in Kitale. What do I call it? Kisumu Boys. We have taken some pictures there, and I don't remember if taking I've taken pictures anywhere else in Bondo Teachers. I don't think so. Hmm. I've not taken pictures there. I've not taken pictures for so many years that I've worked. But I promised I'll make sure that any from this video, any place that we work, you guys will get informed. Any place that I visit, you always get to know because it's also good to take track of how people carry on with life in Kenya, how we work here and there. We'll also show you areas like now we are in Kisii County. Now that I'm still waiting for the quotations and to go to court in Nyamira, I'll make sure that I I brief you on a few things in Kisii, the nature of Kisii, how it looks like, the towns and different areas in the country. Because we work countrywide, so you can imagine how I'll be able to give enough content to you guys. So actually, you can hit that bell so that immediately I post a video, you can be able to see and also watch our content now. And without forgetting, we are still magical deals plus 254. That is my YouTube channel. Magical deals means you can imagine us comes from imagining us something like sun producing energy. That energy is being used to produce electricity. I've never imagined of the same. And then right now, as we speak, we have given that to most of our clients. I want to thank you, and please subscribe to our channel.